Are we welcoming to a new weekend video?
Yes.
Okay, well,
New weekend.
welcome to a new weekend video. And if it's not, it's in the middle of the video, well then welcome to whenever this is in the video, okay? And thank you for coming back to another episode of Rustmobile Garage, where we are, you know, you can tell we're back on the 58 and doing some stuff this weekend. And for us, rust is a big problem on this car. So, and we're concerned about it rusting out. So, you know, we're going to undercoat the whole underside of the car and the trunk, mainly so we can hide the rust that's already here. No, I mean, so we can protect the rust that's, well, just to make it look a little better. Blend. It's just mainly for blending, I think. Is that what it's for, Zach? Yeah, blending.
Sure.
Anyways, so what I'm doing is I'm just going to spray out the trunk, okay? And then I'm going to go underneath the car and I'm going to spray out the whole underneath because, you know, it's all new up underneath there and everything is new and old. And we're just going to rejuvenate on the whole bottom side of the car. And then after I do that, we're going to have to tape off the car because Zach's actually going to spray the whole trunk out and spray the whole underside of the car and the whole front clip black. We're just going to do, you know, the black we used on the truck. We're going to go to Track Supply, buy a $50 gallon of track aluminum and just hit it all. So then the underside's done for this car. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, okay. And then Zach's going to get working on the inside because, you know, we're not painting the outside. We're just going to clean her up and give her a little clear coat. Because you can't make this patina or the rust holes in it. So we've salvaged all the rust holes, but I got to get at this. And Zach can, you know, watch me do a little rejuvenation on this thing. And I'm doing a fine job, I feel. I mean, look at this. I'm just, you know, in a minute, you're not even going to know that I've been back here. Now, if you guys remember, see how I'm carefully getting around that roll bar? I mean, that's precision. Oops, that wasn't. Well, we'll just pretend I didn't do that. You know, we're not really worried about getting it all. We're just getting some of it. This is actually the rear quarter panel.
Might need to turn the fan.
Yeah, I might have to activate the fan. Push the little white button on the side of that box. Fan activated. I mean, it did blend it right together, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it brought the whole trunk right together. And once you paint it black, it'll just really bring it together. But yeah, I think you're right.
Tied it all together.
I mean, that basically looks like a new trunk now. That's what I'm saying. Don't you think? I was thinking that too. I'm like, God, that looks like a brand new trunk. Okay, I guess. Let's go put some new wheel wells in this thing. Well, here we go. Still a weekend. Still working on the 58. So as you can see by the shop, you know, we've moved the painting booth indoors. Only because Zach wants the lift to paint the underside of this car. Don't you, Zach? Yes, he does. Okay. So we're going to paint this thing with our favorite paint here. We use nothing but the best here at Rusted Up Garage. And by the best, I mean Magic Tractor Truck and Implement oil-based gloss black. And we just buy the reducer and the catalyst, okay? And so one of those, and one of those will make one of those, okay? So as long as you do the instructions, that's all it takes is, you know, so much of that, so much of that, and so much of that, and that'll last for one whole gallon.
Yeah. Put this whole thing in here.
Not at one time.
And this whole thing in here.
Well, we're only going to use like 2 quarts of it, so don't do that. Right.
It's 32 ounces, 4 ounces, 2 ounces.
There you go. That's the ounces. Okay? And he just whips it up. He sprays it through my spray gun right there. Just an old spray gun. You know, it's a starter. It's a starter line. It's for starting, mainly when you're online. And
I don't even know what size tip.
but that's what it is. That's what it's got, all the tips. Okay? So, because, you know, we did the KBS stuff on the front of this thing, and it did get chalky like it's supposed to if you don't put UV on it. I mean, it says right on it. You know, it'll stop the rust, but, you know, it's not made for outdoors. And this thing's been sitting outdoors for 6 months. So, but yeah, that's basically it. He's going to paint the front clip. He's going to paint the firewall, so then we can put our firewall stuff on it. I taped the whole car off, and woo, look at that. We just taped off the whole shop. And then the trunk. Now we did undercoat everything, as you guys saw. And so everything's undercoated. Now Zach's going to hit her with the old gloss black and make this thing shine. And I ain't kidding. So, and once this part's done, we can move on to inside painting. And then once that's done, we can move on to putting the motor in it. That's sitting right over here. Yep, the old power plant. There's the power plant. That'll be under the power barn. That'll make those tires lose all of their tread. Immediately. Those tires are gonna hate us. So, but anyways, that's what we got going. She's looking good, but again, yeah, Zach wants to lift her in the air so he can do his work. So I'm gonna let him mix up his magic paint and get ready to start spraying. I'll stay in here for a few minutes, but that stuff is sticky, sticky, sticky. Right now we're watching the master at work. Look at that. I mean, he is installing so many new parts on this car. I mean, getting a new frame right now. Gonna have a new steering box here in a minute. New steering shaft. Oh yeah, look at that, brand new steering shaft. Never been used. Just twice. Hey, testing 1, 2. Okay, we're back on camera battery now because, you know, we died. What I'm saying is we're watching the master at work. I mean, look at him. That's almost a brand new hood hinge. Oh, yeah, brand new hood spring. Installed. It's gonna be so cool because this is all gonna be so nice and shiny and clean like the inside of the car. And the outside is gonna be shiny and a rusted up pile of junk. I love rusted up piles of junk. I'm just happy we're able to save this old car. Okay, here's a quick walkthrough. It's not done taped, but I mean, that trunk is the nicest that trunk has looked in probably 50 years, maybe 60 years. I know it's definitely the best it's looked in 30 plus years because it was parked in the woods for 30. So that's pretty amazing. Oh, there's a pole. Let's go to the front. I mean, all this, God, as bad as I remember this front end was. I'll have to go back and dig out some pictures, Zach, just to remind myself of how bad this thing was. Because there was no firewall left. That mount weren't hooked to nothing. There was no front firewall at all left. The whole corner of the car had actually caved in around the frame. It was, she was bad. But, yeah, that looks good. Hey, Zach, good job. You're a mess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess on to the next project.